Welcome back, everybody. Where are we today? We are out here resting on one of the most beautiful views of Hargeisa, the capital city of Somaliland. And I actually want to show you from one place to another how much this city have grown. I want to show you the economic booming, the development, and everything that has been happening in this city for the past 3 years or 4 years. And today we are in 2026. And you need to know the timeline that this city started growing from 1995, which is the years that are called post-civil war in Somaliland history. And I actually want to show you what this entire city looks like, the development, the growth, the buildings, and all of the things that are happening here. So without no further ado, let's go and explore this city.
hawraarta mansada halkaran qadarino meenseeya gabayada halku badhigayay Hargeisa.
Good morning. I just woke up. Today we're on a very important mission. Today I want to show you around Hargeisa, and particularly I want to show you how I actually explore this city to the best of my ability and to the best of my knowledge. This is where I was born, so I have the most knowledge of this city. So I'm going to take you first to the view, to the hill view that I go to running every morning. And then we're going to take you from there to the city. So time to explore. Let's go and let's hit the run first.
hawraarta mansada halkaran qadarino meenseeya gabayada halku badhigayay Hargeisa.
So we're almost there, almost up the view. As you can see, this is nothing for me. Because not to flex, but I had been living in Switzerland for a while and I understand the mountains. I've been skiing the Swiss Alps. So yeah, you can actually notice a lot of the difference here by just looking up this road. Yeah, by just looking up this road. What they actually tried to do here is build a road that actually goes up the mountain. It's not a mountain, it's actually a hill. But they were not able to do that because you actually can't do that unless you put on a very concrete foundation for the road. So yeah, kind of impossible, but they tried their best. What you actually can find in a lot of the summits that you go up in Switzerland is just a normal food walk road, right? So people can just walk around or climb by foot, not roads that are going up, but they just cut the road just down below a little bit. This is different, of course, you can see, because here is actually kind of a major view, or not a view, of course, a major part of the city, because there are actually there is the only 5-star in Hargeisa that actually is located just up top here. And there's also a lot of other construction going on. And you can also see actually a lot of houses when we get up to the view. So let's just get to the view first. So here I actually want to show you what's going on. But one thing to note here is the amount of wind. It's actually insane amount of wind. What I think is a very good potential here is to create wind energy by just putting up turbines. And I think if they really put up turbines here, it could have been a very successful way to create electricity for all the homes in Hargeisa for free. Because I understand electricity is something here and people really complain about the increase of electricity price, and it's getting quite expensive for people that are just trying to survive, and for the different classes that live in Hargeisa. So yeah, so this is very important for the people that have never been to Hargeisa or have never been to Somaliland. Here is one of the very important or the very significant landmarks. Just there you can see is twin mountains. They look very small here, but I will zoom in.
These twin mountains are very popular and they are a huge sign for your entrance in Hargeisa all the time.
And when you enter Hargeisa from that side, you can actually just pass by car.
hooygii martida iyo hooyadii abwaanka hooygii martida iyo hooyadii abwaanka marka hore bari idiyo ambaal iyo salaamba hadiyad kaaga dhigayo waad hooda badantee Hargeisa ima nabadba waad hooda badantee.
What you can actually spot here is Sabinas Rover, the 5-star in Hargeisa, one of the major development that happened in Hargeisa for the past 5 years, 7 years. I don't remember, but when it started to be constructed was a very long time ago. It was actually opened in 2025, just last year, and it's a very important place. And all of the people that come back here, actually most of the people that come back here internationally, stay at this 5-star, and other Somalilanders also go there. Everybody goes there. It's a very important place. So here, what you actually have is the airport road that goes up here, and the airport is just here, right behind that hotel. I don't know if I can see any airplanes departing at the moment. Normally the airplanes, they take off at 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning. So the one that was going, I think, departed already. The other ones that are going to depart might be departing midday or I think 5 p.m. If we have time to see it, I guess we will see it. If we don't see it, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I think we are on our plane all the time. But before we go off to anywhere else, I actually want to show you the view that is there.
Geyga hobaladiisiyo heesaaga caan baxay rugsi lagu habeeye fanku
It looks like we're done with this beautiful view, and now would be the time or the best time to head off to another place. I want to go down the hill and take you through town, show you what particularly the neighborhood of Alamada looks like, where there's a lot of new cafes, new businesses, and a lot of things going on. I don't know how much of that I can get into, but I want to show you exactly what that looks like. We just want to take the road down to home and kind of want to take you back, but on a very different path where you can see a lot of the changes that are happening. So yeah, let's go. So we are down here, made it to the road. Before we get to the road, what I did not realize is we're just walking past a very important place. We're walking past Fanna. This is a major hub, major creative center This is actually where I had done my first studio art residency when I first came to Hargeisa. This is called Fanna. It's, I think, a hidden gem. This is what I call hidden gem. I live around here and I did not even know this place existed. And then when I returned here this year, 2025, late 2025, around that time, I actually figured out that this place existed. So I came here, sent my emails, created my connections, and I created my best friends here. I created my biggest art network in Hargeisa by being at this place. So this place is very important to me, very important to my career, very important for my art and creative field. So if you're wondering a place to go for art, creativity, art studio, residency, exhibitions, film screening, all of that, you can just come down here. And you can definitely follow the pages on Instagram, on YouTube, and all of those. And you can stay tuned for all the events that happen. And yeah, really love this place. I couldn't get past it. But of course, have to continue filming the city. So like I told you, very windy. Mainly it's also because it's summer. But where we are right now, we are going up the road that goes to the airport, a major road for transportation. People that are trying to get to the airport, people that are coming from the airport, and for a lot of the other transportations that are going on around the city. There's also a lot of houses here, so people are just trying to get to work at this point of the day because it's the start of the day. So yeah, let's just continue on this path. And I want to show you another 5-star that is just along this road, and it's very important and one of the oldest 5-stars in Hargeisa. So here is a very big cafe, one of the major cafes in this town. It's called, take a look here, it's called Social Cafe. I don't know if we can go in there and see what's going on. It's along the road that goes to the airport. Very popular places and very, very, very new business that is going on around in Hargeisa. It's called cafe business. There's a lot of cafes going on here. There's this one, there's one that is just up here, and there's one that is just down here. And they're, I think, all within few meters within each other. So that's another business that's happening in this city. Let's see if we can actually ask them if we can film around. Yeah, coming in, this is Social Cafe. They've been really nice. They told me I can just put them into the camera. Of course, there's a lot of art going on here, very beautiful, a lot of decoration going on here. Of course, very unique, very different. Love this painting. I don't know who made it. As an artist, love that painting because there's a lot of impressionism going on here. Yes, great. Let me show you, because there's a beautiful wall here and it says the name of the cafe here. So very, very pink, very nice. I really like the theme, what's going on. I'm sure a lot of girls come here to take photos, because if you come out in the evening, I think people go out here and take a lot of photos. Very nice and very different. Very unique, I would say. I think I actually had I sat here a few times in the past, one time with my friends, one time for a morning breakfast, because you also can just come out here and get fresh waffles to eat for the morning. Not me at the moment, but that's sometimes what you want to do if you want to have a moment with your friends. But there's a lot of cultural art and cultural drawings going on here. Take a look here. What we can already spot on here is what we saw up the view. This is the Twin Mountains that I was talking about. Very significant landmark of Hargeisa. So there's an outside area. Very nice, very, very green. And yeah, people can just sit here with a cup of tea. There's bathroom here, and then in that section there's actually rooms. So let me show you what the rooms look like because they're actually very kind of Arabian type of rooms where you sit on the ground to eat and enjoy some sort of a feast with your family. So yeah. So we're heading out of Social Cafe. Very nice people, very welcoming people. They're very excited to see what it looks like. So I don't even know if I can get to the end of the video, but that will of course take some time. Yeah, just continue.
hargeysa ima nabadba baddaadiyo hibo eebba ku qoray habeenkama qaadee qoray bay abwaaniyo qobollo ku ammaane.
So I came across this very beautiful mosque, mashallah. It looks absolutely beautiful, something to be proud of. One thing you need to know here is 99% of the population in Somaliland are Muslims. And 99%, let's say roughly 90%, practice Islamic religion, meaning they go to pray in these mosques 5 times a day, including me. So that makes 100% of the population because I make up to the 1%. Jokes aside, this is a very beautiful mosque. I really like it. I haven't prayed in this mosque specifically yet. I'm looking forward to praying here on one of the days. It's very far away from home, and we have a lot of mosques nearby. So I normally just go there to pray. But you can just appreciate how beautiful this mosque is. MashaAllah. You call it Bayt Allah in Arabic, and in Somali you call it Urigi Ilahi, somewhere to worship Allah. MashaAllah. Great. I really like it. So next to the mosque is one of the most traditional cafes. What I just came across was not a cafe before there. This is a very traditional Somali cafe where you would have actually your tea, morning breakfast, even your dinner sometimes. So this is a very traditional Somali cafe. They serve tea, they serve luha, right? Somali breakfast. If you know it, it looks very much like pancakes, but it's not pancake. They also serve tea. This tea is very, very unique and very cultural because it's served with camel milk. So they mix it with camel milk so you can enjoy it with your camel milk. What they have here is different cultural dishes. So they have sorghum, maize, and other things. On this side, what they have is beans, which I think in my language they call it harako. So in the morning you would come and, or in the evening you would come and say, "Can I have my harako?" And harako just means white beans, and it's very cultural and very, very unique for Somali culture. For a lot of people that already know, and Somalis, they know. For a lot of the internationals that don't know, this is where you would come to experience real Somali food. And this is very close to the airport. So if you land here, you can just come down here. This is called Tea Time, right? This cafe is called Tea Time. So very, very, very nice. Let me just show you inside. Even though all the people are very despiteful of the camera, they don't like it whatsoever. But yeah, let me show you. So this is it. As you can see here, they have bread on the table, and this bread can be served with lahoh, or with pancakes, as you would say, and people just can enjoy that for breakfast. At the moment, I am avoiding these types of food just to be healthy and remain consistent in my workouts. So normally I just hit my smoothie in the morning and then just go for a run. but people here really enjoy these type of food. And I want to show you what lahah looks like because I can spot it there, a picture of lahah. And yes, here of course is the cooking area, and they have tea, right? So this is where they serve the tea from, and this is where they serve the bread from. And then they also make the lahah inside, or they have women from the nearby houses cooking it at home and then bringing it over here as part of the business. So it's a very well established business that they have here, and it just runs smoothly and people come here. So this is what I'm talking about. The food here, this is lahah, right? Don't you be calling that pancake. It's not a pancake, it's lahah. Very different, very cultural, very Somali. That's what you would have for breakfast every morning. And then here, I think what they have is white beans, and that's how they make it. But it actually looks like something different. But I think what they were trying to show people is white beans, or in my language you call it harako. And then yeah, we have other things here, and then you have the bread, which is on that side. Yeah, you can spot there, and that's a home baked, or I don't know, you bake it in a place very specific, right? Very specific bakery, very specific Somali bakery, and you make the bread in there, and it's a very different, it's made different way, and it's served here as part of the breakfast morning. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna head out now, and that's gonna be it. وسلام يا صاحب أروان السلام يا دواتي. So done. Had to say goodbye to the crowd, of course. I walked in, everybody was terrified of the camera, but lucky we are done, and say goodbye to tea time.
haybadaadiyo hibo eebba ku qoray habeenkama qaadee qoray bay abwaaniyo qobollo ku ammaane Hargeisa.
So here what they are building is another major shopping mall. Here I think you would just have groceries. So I think it's gonna become another supermarket to buy their groceries, not food. So yeah, it's not open yet, but it's gonna be open soon. And it has, yeah, that was very loud. I don't know if you can hear me. Wow. Very busy road, as I told you. You can't hear much, but I was talking about the fact that this is another successful business that's going on. They already have other branches around Hargeisa, and it's been successful, and now they're establishing another one in this neighborhood. And yeah, let's see how that goes.
taariikhda hodanka ka habaabi maaye rugtii ugu horeysay xornimada u heestaa.